Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started just like usual. So we're going to elongate through that spine, whether you're standing or seated. Or if you're standing, just make sure you're kind of tucking that pelvis under a little bit, all right? Nice and lengthened. We're going to chin tuck back for 10. Let's get ready and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's just check in, maintaining that length, all right? Feeling that space between the vertebrae. We're going to head turn 10 total, 5 each direction. Ready? Begin. 1, back to center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, second part of our warm-up is going to be a 9-minute block. It is identical to last Tuesdays. We're going to do 30 seconds each exercise. There's 6 exercises. There is no rest in between, so if you need to take a drink or anything like that, just go ahead, stop for a moment, get your drink, recover, and then come on back. 6 exercises. We're going to start with a 4-count cherry picker with an arm reach. Okay, so here's my seated variation. My feet are outside the width of my hips, so I have room to reach down. All right, and standing, 1, 2, 3, reach it up. Okay, all right, so we have 30 seconds. Let's get ready and begin. All right, ooh, that's very loud. All right, so my feet are right outside my shoulders here, reaching outwards, then towards the middle, then inwards and up. Okay, seated or standing here. Once you're standing, I'm looking to push those hips back. I'm trying to keep that torso nice and neutral. Okay, neutral spine. We're going to go into a ham curl next. All right, so next we're going into ham curl, and we're going to do kind of like rowing, like we're rowing a rowboat back here. Okay, we've got oars. All right, and if you're seated, same idea, but you're toe tapping back. Okay, row, row. So you're picking one of these 2 options. We're going to go into a knee raise with a pull down next. 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go next. Alternating that knee raise and pulling those elbows down. Okay, keep it going. Here's what we look like seated. Okay, seated or standing here. 15 more seconds. Then we're going to go to a alternating side step with a lateral raise. 3, 2, and 1. Next, it's side to side. So I'm only bringing my elbows and knuckles up about shoulder height. So I tap side to side here, okay? If you're seated, we're right here, okay? Side bends are next, okay? Alternating side bends are coming up. Woo! Feeling those shoulders right off the bat. 3, 2, 1. Okay, seated side bends look like this. All right. Feeling that whole side body stretch. If you're standing, you kind of elongate through that toe on the same side as that arm that's reaching up, okay? We're going to do a step back with a front raise next. 3, 2, and 1. So that's step back, step back. Look, you see that whole entire heel of my foot is tapping the ground, okay? It's going to warm up my ankles. All right, warm up my calves. And it's also going to open my hip flexors right here, okay? If you're seated, this will look different a little bit. We're going to toe tap the back, okay? It's just the nature of it is gonna change it a little bit. Back to the top, guys, round 2. Out, middle, in, up. Either seating or standing, our 4-count cherry pickers. Your feet are wider than your shoulders, so you have room to reach your hands in between your legs here. Three, 2, 1. Hand curls with those rows, okay? Think like if you had oars in your hand and you were rowing a canoe. All right, that's what the arms are doing. Seated or standing here. Knee raises with a pull down is coming up, okay? Remember, there's no rest in our warm up here, so if you need to get a drink or just give yourself some additional rest, go ahead. Knee raise and pull down. Side step with lateral raise is next. You can slow this down or quicken it up, depending on your unique needs. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we got that side, side. Just bringing those arms up shoulder height. Nice strong warm up for the shoulders, hips, and ankles here. 10 more seconds. And we're going to side bends. 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's side bend, reach. Good, we're going back to that front raise with those step backs, those alternating step backs next. And then we're gonna do it one more time through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Really trying to ensure that that heel on that back leg taps the ground, okay? Warming up our ankles, our calves, our hip flexors. Going back to 4-count cherry pickers with an arm reach. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Last round through. Good. 10 more seconds here. Then we're going to go to those ham curls with those rowboat rows. 3, 2, and 1. Move at your own rhythm and pace, okay? Do what feels right for you, okay? 5, 3, 2, and 1. Final set of knee raise and pull down. These are one of the harder ones right here. Find your rhythm. Maybe you need to slow it down a little bit, maybe around 3's, gotcha. Woo! Right? Knowing when to push and when to pull back. 3, 2, 1. Side steps. Lateral raise. Feel that internal temperature in the body elevating, okay? Getting nice and warm. Getting those joints ready for the work to come. 10 more seconds here, and we've got one more set of side bends. 2, and 1. Reach and reach. Just one more move after this, our front raise with those heel tap backs. Five more seconds here. And time, last one. Here it is, last 30 seconds in our warm up. Almost there. Woo. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. There is our warm up. Okay, your body temperature should be elevated. You should want to drink. Okay, let's recover here while I explain our block, which is also identical to last week. This one is our AB, AB, ABCD. All right, first one, rate march, okay, with our no money drill. All right, this is going to look the same seated. You're just going to do it from your seated position. Okay, after that, wider stance. All right, toes are forward, wider stance. My toe, like my big toe is right outside the outside of my shoulders here, right? As we take our weights, all right, and we pick them up. All right, so here's my end range right here. You see I'm trying to stay nice and neutral through my spine as my hips go back, right? Okay, ground to overhead, okay? Pick it up, put it away, okay? That's number 2. That's gonna look the same seated as well. Pick it up, put it away. After that, we have our 4 rear delt flies to upright row, okay? So, just like our hinge and row, our feet are right underneath our hips, toes are forward, we're gonna hinge, right, neutral spine. I'm gonna rear delt fly, I'm working the back of the shoulders for 4, okay? After I do 4 rear delt flies, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna upright row, okay, and get the top of my shoulder. So 4 on the back of the shoulder, 1 on the top of the shoulder, and we've got a hinge in between, okay? That's gonna look the same seated or standing. And our final one, goblet squat. Heel shoulder width apart, toes slightly out, lower down as we drive up through the heels of our feet, okay? Your seated variation for that is an alternating leg extension. All right, follow my lead. 45 seconds is going on the clock. We are starting with our no money drill march, okay? No money drill and march. And lightweight or no weight here, okay? Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, seated or standing, okay? I'm keeping my elbows close to my rib cage here. Working on our shoulder health and all those supporting muscles in the shoulder girdle. Very important for posture and just keeping them healthy, really just making sure that we're addressing all those supporting muscle groups. Two and 1. Okay, going to ground to overhead. So our stance is going to come wide now, whether you're seated or standing, okay? My feet are wider than my shoulders here, okay? Toes are forward, all right? Here we go. I'm going to pick it up, put it away, okay? Pick it up, put it away. Okay, straight from the side and up. right here, when I get to this point right here where I'm starting to pick up, I'm driving through the heels of my foot. I really want to make sure I feel my glutes turned on as I'm lifting up, okay? Because imagine, say you're trying to lift some 50-pound box off the floor, you need to have your glutes help you. Your lower back should not take that load on itself. Okay, back to our no money drill and march, okay? Deep breath. Here we go, second set, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, lightweight or no weight here. These supporting muscle groups that we're working in the shoulders right now are very small. It wouldn't be appropriate to try to use a very heavy weight here, because then we'd miss the intended muscle group we're working, right? We'd have to have bigger muscle groups help us to hold that weight if we did. It's also is coordination and balance here. So we're not only working on our physical health, but our brain health when we do coordination movements like this. And time, okay. Back to ground to overhead. Second A-bay here, okay. Feet are wider than shoulder width apart. Toes are forward. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna pick it up, drive through the glutes, put it away. Always thinking of that strong core engagement. Pulling my belly button back towards my spine. Bracing my abs like I'm preparing for a punch. We're going into our next AB next. So let's get ready for our 4 rear delt flies to 1 upright row next. We have 5 more seconds here. 2 and 1. Okay, so whether you're seated or standing, we're gonna do our hinge. Feet are right underneath the hips, toes are forward, okay? We're gonna hinge, but instead of rowing, we're rear delt flying, okay? Back of the shoulder for 4. Ready? Begin. Hinge, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring your knuckles forward, squeeze the glutes up, upright row, okay? That's the top of the shoulder that with our upright row. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the glutes, upright row. Think of pinching those shoulder blades together as your rear delt flying here for 4. So 4 to 1, we're getting 4 on the rear delt and time, and then 1 on the middle delt, the upper delt. Okay, next one, goblet squat. 1 or 2 weights at our chest. Heels are about shoulder width apart, slight flare out in the toe. When you're ready, you're gonna lower it down through your range of motion and drive up. Remember, you're trying to make dents in the floor with the heels of your foot as you squeeze your glutes on the way up, okay? Imaginary dents. We really don't want to dent our floor. Not that we could, I don't think. All right, so I'm really trying to get that mind-muscle connection. It's really important to feel, to stay present, feel the muscle contraction. And that comes through, you know, a good portion of it is your mind, right? You're telling it to. 2 and 1, okay? Back to 4 rear delt flies to 1 upright row, okay? 4 on the back of the shoulder, 1 on the top of the shoulder. Feet are underneath the hips, toes are forward. Ready? Begin. We're gonna hinge it down, fly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use the glutes and hamstrings to lift up, and then 1 upright row. Back down. Keeping that belly button pulled back towards that spine. That's keeping your abs braced there. 5 more seconds. We go back to goblet squats. 2 and 1, okay? Second set of goblet squats coming up. Remember, your seated variation is your alternating leg extension. All right, slight flare out the toes. Okay, and 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So you get back, drive up, okay? Trying to keep those knees pushed out. We're trying not to let them cave inwards at all, okay? Abs are braced. Having our weight up top here towards our chest like this challenges our core just a little bit more, okay? Versus having the load down here, all right? 5 more seconds here, then we put all 4 exercises together. 2 and 1, okay? Back to the very top, no money drill march, very lightweight or no weight, okay? Let's get ready and begin. Final set of these 4 exercises. Elbows are staying pinned to the rib cage or close to it. Working through your range of motion in this horizontal rotational plane that we're in. Round to overhead is next, or pick it up and put it away, okay? 10 more seconds here though. 3, 2, and 1. All right, wider stance. Big toe is just right outside the outside of that shoulder. Toes are forward, okay? All right, so we're gonna do this round to overhead. This is like our deadlift pattern because our upper body comes down more to pick it up, right? Pick it up, use the glutes, press, core engaged as you put it away, okay? Try to keep that belly button pulled back towards the spine throughout the whole movement to ensure that core engagement throughout the whole entire movement pattern. We're going to go into 4 rear delt flies to an upright row next. That's 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to bring our stance in, right? Feet are going to come underneath the hips now. Toes are still forward. All right, and it's still a hinge pattern, right? It's just one's a wider stance, one's a smaller stance. Let's get ready and begin. We're going to hinge, and we're going to rear delt fly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Upright row. Okay, trying to keep that belly button pulled back towards the spine. We're working the back of the shoulders with our rear delt fly, the top of our shoulders with our upright row. The hinge gets our hamstrings and glutes. Good. 10 more seconds here, and we're going to finish with our goblet squat. 2, and 1. Good. All right, last exercise in this block here. Goblet squat or an alternating seated leg extension. 1 or 2 weight, heels are the width of the shoulder, toes are pointed outwards. Let's get ready, and we're going to lower down, drive it up. All right, keep those knees in the direction that your toes are pointed. Really trying hard to push those heels into the ground as I squeeze my glutes on the way up. Squeezing my glutes, trying to squeeze my quads, keeping that core engaged. The importance of staying present in your workout, it really makes such a difference. better quality. You know, it's a better quality workout when you're there and not thinking about, you know, something else going on. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice work, guys. Let's take a break here. Okay, that was a 12-minute block. Or we have decreasing blocks today. So that was our longest block, and they're all going to get shorter as we move through the next 3. Okay, so our next block is a 9-minute block. So we're going from 12 to 9. Okay, we are doing alternating lunges. Okay, alternating lunges. Remember, standing variation, you can do both hands, right? One hand, okay? No hands. And maybe you can hold weights, okay? Maybe you're at an advanced state where you can hold some weights in your hand, okay? So please work to your level, okay? And remember, our seated variation for our alternating lunges is always our alternating seated leg press. So let me show you from our side profile today. All right, so I'm sitting closer towards the edge of my hair or chair so I have room to scoop. See this? I'm trying to create like this C right through here, so I'm rounded through my back. I'm gonna support with my hands. Press that heel, put it down, other side. Press through the heel, okay? That's your lunge alternative from a seated position. After that, regular hinge and row, okay? So we did the hinge, reared up, fly, upright row before. Now it's back to basics, hinge, row, okay? One of our staples, just like our goblet squat, okay? Our hinge and row. After that, we're going to do 4 and 4. It's gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 and 4 of our alternating overhead press to our crossbody punch. Okay, that's going to look the same seated. Okay, you're just not going to worry about pivoting on that foot when you do your crossbody punch. Okay, so 3 exercises, 3 rounds through. We're going to start with our alternating lunge. Okay, so alternating seated leg press if you're seated, or any of the variations for the standing. 45 seconds is going on the clock. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. All right, today I'm going to just focus on not using any support. I'm always making sure that there's distance between my left and right leg for balance, right? Remember, you're always want that heel on that front leg, which you can't see right now, to be touching the floor, in contact with the floor. There we go. So as you drive up, you're really getting that glute involved. Drive up and squeeze right here. Okay, step it back, lower down, drive up and squeeze right here. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, hinge and row. Okay, hinge and row. All right, this is an opportunity. If you have multiple weights, you can go a little heavier on this one. Okay, lats are a large muscle group, or glutes are a large muscle group. Let's get ready. Core engaged, hinge down, row, squeeze the glutes up. Trying to keep that belly button pulled back, okay? Takes effort. Remember, it doesn't always feel comfortable, okay? We need to know the difference. Sometimes, you know, exercise can feel uncomfortable and we have to be okay with that. But we want to know if it's actual acute pain and injury or just some exercise discomfort. We need to understand the difference. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. But our last exercise in this first set is our 4 alternating single arm press to 4 crossbody punches. You can always take this to an alternating bicep curl if overhead pressing is no good, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, if you're noticing if this hurts to do these overhead presses, give me a bicep curl instead, okay? Ten more seconds here. We're going back to lunges. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the top for round 2. Alternating lunges, okay? If you're very advanced, you might be able to hold on to a pair of weights, but remember you have the chair with one hand or two hands for support, and you can do these body weight. You do not have to use weight. Here we go. Ready? Step it back. I just want to show all the different levels as we get more and more accustomed to doing our lunging. This is definitely one of the harder exercises. So if you've been with me for a while and you feel that these are easier than they once were, congratulations for staying consistent, right? Making hard things feel easier. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to our hinge and row, okay? Feet under the hips, toes are forward. All right, that whole time I'm trying to pull my belly button back towards here, right? Trying, okay? Here we go, ready? We're gonna hinge, row, squeeze the glutes to lift. Pulling that belly button back. It's not comfortable to have to brace your abs for the whole 45 seconds. You know, it's effort to do that in addition to trying to work the muscle, right? But lean into that discomfort, okay? It's okay, as long as it's not, you know, injury pain, it's okay to lean into it and get a little uncomfortable in the workout. Good, almost done this one. 5, 3, 2, and 1. All right, round 2 at the bottom here, we've got 4 single arm press that you can modify doing a bicep curl. And then we have 4 cross body punches. Seated or standing, ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good, halfway through this one, and we have one more round to go through. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to the top. This is our final round. We've got our alternating lunges, okay? All right, let's get ready. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Step it back, lower down, drive it up, return. Remember, we're predominantly working this front leg, okay? The front leg is the one that's getting the bulk of the work here. Our core is getting a lot of work too because we have to balance ourselves and work, put some effort in that split stance. Good. Oh. Keep going, guys. Sorry about that. I'm getting a spam call. I don't know if you can see me. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. On to our final set of hinge and row. Okay. Hinge and row. So now the feet right underneath the hips, toes are forward, and pulling that belly button back. Okay. Let's get ready. Here we go. Glutes go back to the wall behind us. We're going to row. Squeeze the glutes up. All right. So my torso from my hips to the tip of my head, that acts like one unit. I'm trying to stay nice and neutral. Most of the hinging is through the hips, and there's just a very soft little bend that happens through the knees. As we work our lats with the row and our hamstrings and glutes with the hinge. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, last exercise for this block. 4 single arm press to 4 cross body punches, okay? Remember, you can modify if overhead pressing's not good for your shoulders. Give me some bicep curls. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross it. Past half. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. All right, 9-minute block done. We're moving on to an 8-minute block next. All right, it's going to be a 30-10 for 3 rounds, 4 exercises. This is an upper body circuit we're doing next, okay? Upper body circuit. So we're going to go into tricep kickbacks, lateral raises, bicep curls, and more upright rows. So just watch my demo real quick, okay? 30 seconds each, 10 seconds to get to the other one, or the next one. Kickbacks, all right? We're hinging through the elbow. We're working the back of the arm, the tricep here, okay? 30 seconds kickbacks, all right? After that, 30 seconds lateral raise, top of the shoulder. Okay, a lot of shoulder today, all right? After that, 30 seconds bicep curls, front of the arm here, okay? And after that, 30 seconds upright rows, okay? So we kind of got a feel for these with our reverse flies and upright rows. Now we're just doing a straight set of upright rows, top of the shoulder here, okay? All right, all upper body, 8 minutes of upper body, hitting those arms, okay? We're gonna start with those tricep kickbacks, seated or standing, okay? If you're seated, you're just gonna give yourself some space on your chair so that you can move your arms, okay? Let's get ready and begin, okay? Slight little bend through the knees and the hips. I'm still keeping my navel pulled back towards my spine. You can see that is a standard, right? Keeping that core braced through our exercise. This is an isolation exercise, which means we're solely working the back of the arm right now. Three, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and come upright. We're going to get ready for our lateral raise in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, so bringing out to the side. We're working the top of the shoulder here. If for any reason you feel like it's getting too hard, the more you bend your elbow, the more you reduce your lever length, and it'll help just take some of the stress off by doing that, okay? So that's an option to modify, just bending at the elbow more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, setting up for bicep curls. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. Another isolation exercise here. Working just the front of the arm. Upright rows are next. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now the knuckles are gonna come forward here, and we're gonna get set up. We're gonna pull those elbows up nice and high. Ready? Begin. Upright row. Keeping that core engaged. Make sure that belly's not pushing outward. Make sure there's no arc in the lower back as we do this, all right? Remember, you're squeezing your glutes, okay? We're going back to the top after this with those tricep kickbacks. 2 and 1. Okay, let's set up. Round 2, tricep kickbacks. All right, I'm just kind of popping my hips back slightly. You're gonna see your hips and knees just kind of pop here, and then we can pull that belly button back towards my spine. I'm working the back of the arms. Moving on to lateral raises next. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, setting up for lateral raises. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. Remember, we're working the top of the shoulder here. Think of if you were a puppet on strings, right? Marionette puppet. The puppet master is pulling those elbows up, okay? It's kind of three, 2, and 1. Okay, moving on to bicep curls. Deep breath. All right, let's get ready and begin. All right, I'm keeping that navel pulled back. I'm squeezing my glutes here. I want our trunk to feel nice and stabilized as we move this weight. 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, upright rows, back to the top of the shoulder again here. Still maintaining that pelvic tuck, right? And scooping the core. Here we go. Back to the top for one more round after this. Nice little upper body blast, and then we just have one more 6-minute block after this, okay? And time on those, back to the top for the final round. Remember, we're starting with our tricep kickbacks, okay? So core is engaged, slight little bend through the hips and the knees and the ankles. Ten more seconds here, and we're all done with these. 3, 2, and 1. Last set of lateral raise, okay? Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, smaller muscle group on the top of our shoulder. Our shoulder consists of 3 muscles: the front delt, the mid delt, and the rear delt, okay? We're working that mid one, the one that's right on top. Bicep curls are next. 3, 2, and 1. All right, getting ready for bicep curls, core engaged, tucking the pelvis. 3, 2, and 1. 10 more seconds here. And we're gonna finish off this block with our upright rows. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last 30 seconds here, and then we're gonna finish with a 6-minute Tabata pyramid, okay? Core engaged, pelvic tuck, upright row. We're back to working the top of the shoulder again. Halfway. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, take a break. Upper body burst is done there. Okay. Got the front and back of the arm, top of the arm. Last one is a 6-minute Tabata pyramid. We've got 2 exercises, and we're really going to start working on that glute med health here and our heart a little bit, heart and core. So we're going to go into slip rope squats. Okay, so we're under the slip rope and over, right? We've got that imaginary rope, just in case anyone's new here. That imaginary rope, we have to clear it, right? We don't want our head to hit it, and we got to go under it and over. Okay. So if you're seated, this is going to look a little different. You're going to keep your feet wide the whole time, and you're going to go under and over just like this. And you're going to feel an amazing stretch for your sacrum and lower back, okay, as you try to keep that length and go under and over, okay? And then our second exercise is our lateral 3-count march. So if you're seated, it's 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, hold. So you always end up on the opposite foot. If you're standing, we're going to add movement to it. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Okay. You can play around with your tempo if you want to try to. If you're looking for more of a heart rate response and you've got that movement down, you want to go a little faster. That's okay. You just need to figure out where your level is there. Okay. All right. So Tabata pyramid. Okay, so we're going to go increase in time that we do these 2 exercises and then decrease. We're starting with 20 seconds of our slip rope squat. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so under and over. All right, so when we step over and under like this, we're targeting our glutes, our glute meds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, lateral 3-count march is next, or you can be seated. We're holding on that 3 just for a second for that balance and stability. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, hold. And if you're advanced, you might even hot call it like ouch, 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 right? Hot sand, ouch, 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 right? So that just depends on your current fitness level. I just want to provide those options. 2 and 1. All right. Slip rope squat. Okay. Let's get ready. We've got to clear that rope and begin. Under and over. Feel the weight of your body shift from one leg to the other. Side to side. Good. 10 more seconds here. 2 and 1. Good. Lateral 3-count. Okay. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Your dance, maybe you do the hot sand dance. Okay. The hot sand dance. That's what I'm going to call this. And you can always just bring it back right to here. Remember, the quality of your work is what's most important. So if you feel like if you try the hot cold dance or the hot sand dance and it just feels like something's off, bring it back. Work on the foundation of the movement first. We have 10 more seconds here. 2 and 1. Good. We're at the top of our pyramid. We just did 50 seconds of those. We have 50 seconds of our slip rope, and then they all go to shorter intervals. Ready? Here we go. Under and over. Remember, as long as you're not feeling acute, sharp pain that's limiting your range of motion or anything, it's just like, oh, you feel a little breathy and you feel like you're feeling that accumulated fatigue, you feel hot. Maybe try to push through that, okay? Maybe see if you can say, you know what, it's a little uncomfortable, but we're almost done. I got this, okay? So try to challenge yourself in a safe way. 10 more seconds, and then our intervals get shorter. 5, 2, and 1. Whew, okay. 40 seconds, lateral 3 counts, okay? In 3, 2, and 1. Halfway on this one. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 30 seconds. This is also our last round of our slip rope squats. Okay, we're almost done. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Under and over. Our weight shifts from one hip to the other hip. Halfway. Woo. These are so sneaky, aren't they? Whew. Seems simple enough. 2 and 1. All right, this is our last bout of lateral 3 count high knees, just 20 seconds, okay? Let's get ready and begin. 1, 2, 3. Halfway. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Nice work, guys. Go ahead and get a drink. That is our class for today. Get a quick drink and then little cool down here. All right, and let's start with the bottom of our body here today. We'll do some flexing and pointing. You can always sit down if it's easier on that supporting leg there. About 5, and then circles 5 each direction too. And then do the same thing on the other leg when you're ready. Again, you can hold on to something or you can sit down to do this. Good, and then from there, let's do a hamstring stretch. So option, your hardest option would be to put your foot up on your chair, okay, and just lean, feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. You could also just do this right from the floor if that feels better. Okay, you can even like put your palms on the chair, or you can sit down and do this as well. Any of these. All right, let's come up. Same thing, other side. Okay. Feeling that stretch through the back of the leg there. Good. All right, from here, going up into the glutes, let's take a seat on our chair. We're gonna do our figure 4 stretch, okay? So crossing that foot over the thigh, flexing that ankle, all right? And then pulling up, right? Sitting nice and tall and then leaning forward. You're trying to search and feel that stretch right through the side of your glute here, okay? Good. Come back up to center. Before we go to the other side, let's just take both of our hands and arc it over. Okay, so now my palm is on that thigh that is on the crossed leg here. And I'm trying to look over at the back of my shoulder. I'm not forcing though, right? You're just going through your range of motion and trying to get comfortable in that stretch. And trying to make it go further than your body wants it to go. And come back to center. All right, we're gonna switch sides, figure 4 on the other side. All right, so we're gonna flex that foot. All right, lengthen through the spine, lean forward and search. You wanna feel a little bit of a stretch right through that side glute there. And just kind of relax into it. Good. I love this stretch. All right, and then let's gently come up, and now we're gonna rotate on the other side. So we're gonna go ahead, place our palm on the opposite palm on the bent leg, on that quadricep there, and looking over that shoulder, feeling that thoracic twist through the body. And when you're ready, come back to center, undo the feet. Final stretch here, get the neck here. So we can just kind of press and pull. You can stay just like this if you feel a nice deep stretch right here. If you want to intensify it a little bit, you can put those knuckles up to the small of your back, bending at the elbow, and just feel the stretch deep in here a little bit. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can stay just right here if that feels better, okay? Good, and if your knuckles are on the small of your back, let's go ahead and release that first, and then your neck, okay? And now we're gonna start with just the neck bend on the other side, all right? Engaging that stretch, and once you're there, if you wanna advance it, go ahead and put those knuckles on the small of the back. Feel how it slightly intensifies the stretch. Breathe into it. Good. And when you're ready, if your knuckles are on the small of your back, go ahead and release that first. And then your neck. And then we're going to go ahead and inhale up. Palms together. Exhale to heart. One more time. Inhale up. Palms together. Exhale to heart. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for showing up today.